Yes, welcome to the network theory classes. Today let us discuss about Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction. Yes, the first one is why it is called electromagnetic induction, in the sense by using electrical we are producing the magnetic. So that means the relation between electrical and magnetic, so that is called electromagnetic induction. Relation between electrical and magnetic, so will be considered as the electromagnetic induction. So Faraday proposed two laws. That is, the first law would give how EMF is induced in the coil. And the second law would give how much EMF induced in the coil. So before going to this Faraday's law, so first let us know what do you mean by EMF. EMF stands for electromotive force. So electromotive force in the sense it is one of the form of the potential only, because here what we are doing in the sense we are motivating the electrons. To move from one point to another point. So for motivation purpose we need some force. That force is called electromotive force. So once again, electromotive force stands for the motivation force required to move the electron from one point to another point is called electromotive force. Or we can also say this is the other form of the electrical potential. This is the other form of the electric voltage. So hence the units of the EMF is volts only. So now let us see how EMF is induced. That is first law. First law will give whenever current carrying conductor placed in magnetic field cuts the magnetic flux then EMF is induced. Suppose whenever the current carrying conductor placed in magnetic field cuts the magnetic flux, then EMF is induced. So how it is possible? Because here we have the magnetic field is there. Already we have the magnetic field. This is magnetic field. And in this magnetic field I am placing the conductor. Whenever the conductor which is carrying the current, this can also produce some amount of magnetic field. So whenever this magnetic field is kept in the other magnetic field, the net amount of magnetic field is changed. That is, whether the magnetic field is increased, whether or the magnetic field is decreased. The magnetic field is increased or magnetic field is decreased. That means the magnetic field has to be changed. The change in magnetic field caused to produce the EMF. The first law is very clear. That is, the change in magnetic field caused to produce the EMF. So that EMF may be much EMF or low EMF. So here generally the much EMF can be obtained from aiding connection and less EMF can be obtained from opposing connection. That is aiding and opposing. Yes, I will discuss I will discuss in detail about what do you mean by aiding and what is opposing. Yes, aiding. Whenever aiding will happen, the two magnetic fields are adding together. Therefore, the net amount of magnetic flux is increased. So, hence, in amount of EMF is also increased. Next, opposing in the sense the two magnetic fields oppose each other, therefore the net magnetic field will be decreased. So this decreased magnetic field also produce EMF. That EMF is low EMF or decreased EMF. Okay, so this is the first law. And the second law is, second law is how much EMF induced in the coil. How much EMF induced in the coil? According to the Faraday, he states that amount of EMF induced in the coil is directly proportional to rate of change of flux linkage. Rate of change of flux linkage. So let lambda is the flux linkage. Flux linkage. Yes, what do you mean by flux linkage? In the sense, for example, I have the coil like this. This is my coil, and here the magnetic flux has to be distributed throughout the coil like this. And let it be, this is pi, and the flux, the coil contains n number of turns. Then what is magnetic flux linkage? Flux linkage in the sense how much flux linking with how many number of turns, how many number of turns of the coil. Therefore, the lambda will be given by n pi. Lambda is given by n pi. And here we have one Ohm's law is also. Ohm's law. Yes, what is Ohm's law? In the sense, he states that at constant temperature, the flux distributing or the flux linking with the coil is directly proportional to the current. The flux linking with the coil is directly proportional to the current. Sorry, this is n pi. Flux linking with the coil is directly proportional to the current. That is, Ohm's law is given by Ohm's law is given by at constant temperature the flux linking with the each turn of the coil is directly proportional to the current. That is, lambda is proportional to I. So hence lambda is equal to Li, where L is called inductance of the coil. Where L is called inductance of the coil. Now what is this inductance? Inductance is the property of the coil to allow the current as magnetic flux. Yes, what is inductance? Inductance is the property of the coil to allow the magnetic flux. To allow the magnetic flux. So hence, if you substitute this, you may get the value is directly proportional to d by dt of n pi. Yes, that is E is proportional to d by n into d pi by dt, because n is constant, number of turns are constant. And if we remove this proportionality symbol, we may get E is equal to minus n d pi by dt, where minus will give the amount of EMF oppose the rate of change of magnetic flux. This is derived from the Lenz law. Yes, what is Lenz law? In the sense, effect always opposes the cause. Here effect is EMF and cause for the EMF is the rate of change of magnetic flux. So hence, EMF always opposes the rate of change of magnetic flux. This is about Faraday's law. Thus Faraday proposed two laws. That is, first law would give how EMF is induced, and second law would give how much EMF is induced. And you can derive the expressions for the EMF like this from the second law. I hope you got this. Yes, thank you for watching this. Just keep on watching. Yes, if you have any doubts or any clarifications, you may contact my mail ID. Yes, that is ILJBAKHTSINGH@gmail.com.